Hey everybody! Welcome to day number 3 here of the New England barn renovation. And so, well, a lot has happened and we're starting on day 3. You saw day 1, that kind of took us through the whole space and talked about what we're going to do. And in the course of that, we had some really cold weather here, real below zero stuff. So we were able to get a couple things done here. Day number 2 was a bit of a wash and I couldn't post on that day. But here's what we managed to get done. We managed to get these great doors in here, and so now we have an enclosed space where all of our heat from the wood stove is not going directly up into the hayloft. And these are just going to work great because we can open them. They're 4-foot doors, so it's a total of 8 feet. And we're going to keep that outside door there so all of our materials can still come in. We've got access to the entire wood shop, but we don't have that huge draft that we were dealing with before. So that closes off. That works great. The other thing that we've been doing is we talked about this bay here, where this bay is going to get reworked. The stairs are going to go up. They're going to come down. There's going to be a wall in the back section, and then everything's going to get insulated right up until this door. So we're going to actually leave this door in place, but it's no longer going to be a functioning door. We kind of had to make some sacrifices here. We're going to keep put a wall in there, keep the windows as best we can, but then just have this door for storage coming in. And so that's so we have all this space here, mostly just to accommodate that staircase that's going up. The biggest problem we have is the differences in levels between this floor, the farmhouse floor, and then the upper floor, because you can see the door to the farmhouse there, and that's meeting us really better than halfway between this floor and the floor above. And the biggest thing we want to do is we want to get an enclosed space up here in the hayloft. And we talked about doing that by encompassing the bay that was directly above the staircase bay, and that's kind of where we've been focusing our attentions on. So here we are back up in the hayloft, and we've gone ahead and we've framed in our room that is going to be the Otter Studios. So we're going to have a door here that's going to take us in. You can see we got rid of the doghouse that was over the door there, and right then and there you can see that we're really splitting our floors here with that main entrance floor into the farmhouse. So these stairs are going to continue. They're going to wrap around here all the way to the wall, and then they're going to go down. And so we got an interesting design on the stairs, and thank goodness for CAD programs that really allow us to see these in 3D, because as you can see with our landing, that landing is below, and it's a step up, and it's almost a 10.5-inch step, so that's not to code. And we're going to bring that landing so that it's level with the floor going into the farmhouse. And the stairs, and this is just a really quick rendering of them, it's just going to kind of twist around. So we're going to have a little bend here on the bottom, and then we're going to have a bend as it comes up to the top, just so that as you're getting in here, you're entering into the room versus just ending at the wall. The other thing we've done, or had to do, rather, is we've put the roof in here, and this roof, so it's 2x10, so that we can span this 12-foot space without any issues or without any columns in here. So it's just a free span, and we wanted that to be pretty beefy. And the reason we wanted it to be beefy is we don't want to lose any real estate. And so here we are on the upper section. And this is going to continue to be storage. So we put some 5/8-inch chipboard down for our floor, and then once we get it all covered up, we're going to be able to just store stuff up here. So a little bit of railing, a little ladder. This is going to make for great storage. We remember that we were pushing up on this jack beam here. Well, we can kind of really get a close-up view of how that has cracked over the years. And so we've got our support, and then underneath this, we've doubled up on the 2x10s here, and we've created, well, an eye brace from one side to the other. So we've got 3 2x8s plus a double one here in the middle, just really to support this. And once we get that pulled back up, and that's going to take probably about a year to do, then we'll add a support directly to it, and then just really take some of that pressure off that aging beam, as it were. Everything else we've done up here is really just to insulate this, so the insulation hasn't gone in yet, but eventually will go in. And in the course of that, we didn't want to block everything off too much, So we've gone out to our local discount lumber yard, and we picked up a couple windows, and we're gonna have a window go in there, which will get light from the back. We'll have a window go in here, which will get light from there. So even though we're creating a room within the top of the barn that's gonna be insulated, we're still gonna have light, and it's gonna really kind of feel part of it. The other problem that we really realized as we were coming along here was this outer wall that's bowing. And so I don't know if you can really get the angle there, but those new pine 2x6s that you see there are straight up and down and they're level, but this wall is actually bowing out. And so we have that steel cable that's spanned across and that we're pulling the wall back in as we're pushing up on that jack beam. And in the same instance, well, we can't put a wall in here that's going to be attached to this, because as this wall comes in, we don't want it pushing against the new wall and cracking all the drywall. So what's going to happen is this wall that we're putting in here in 2x6s is actually going to float in between this, and it's not going to be connected to it. It's going to be an inner wall, and then as this pulls in, we have that space that back there where it has the room to be drawn in, so it won't push against it. So there's no supporting to it. We are pretty close up there, so that if anything were to happen, it doesn't have very far to fall, but there's no connections there that's going to prevent this from pulling in. And that's where we're at. So, excuse me, this is day number 3. We did have some issues because of the cold, but we're still working on it now. We're going to finish the layout of the stairs and cut our hole in the floor and support it from the floor below, and then we're going to finish putting this in and then start to insulate so that this room is really going to be protected from the cold. And then all of our heating underneath, well, that heating's not going to go right out. This whole area here will still be open and it's going to be storage, but then we'll be able to control the temperature and humidity in this room, the bay below, and then the wood shop has got the wood stove, and then that's going to be able to kind of feed everything too. All right, so as we keep going here, I'll keep posting as best I can. End of day 3, and well, hopefully we'll check you out on day number 4, but if we don't see you on day number 4, I'll post as quickly as I can after that. So we'll see you then.